This is an exciting day for me because this is the 100th free video on CtrlPaint.com. And I wanted to mark the occasion by talking about 3 things that I don't normally have an opportunity to. First off, I want to introduce myself a little bit. I want to talk about the difference between talent and skill. And I want to talk a bit about art school. I was introduced to the Wacom tablet as a 6th grader. And this was ahead of some of my peers. I was a pretty computer-centric person, but I had no idea what digital painting was for many years. So I was mainly doing photo retouching and a bit of graphic design, and then all the while, I was drawing traditionally at school. And then at some point in late high school, the idea hit me that these two were linked, that there were careers out there that had artists working with Wacom tablets professionally using drawing skills. And at that time, my main goal was to become a 3D animator. That's a great example of a midterm goal. I had my target set on this goal of working in 3D movies. Maybe it'd be Pixar or DreamWorks, but that was what I was shooting towards. And I began to cater the way I was practicing artwork towards that goal. So I ended up picking the Savannah College of Art and Design. It was okay for me because I was in a financial position to make it possible. That's not going to be the case for everyone, and it is not required. Take a look at Marco or Brad Rigney, and you can see that it does not take traditional art education to be an incredible painter. These guys work real hard, taught themselves, and you can see the results. Talent is genetics. Some of us just have a more natural aptitude when it comes to drawing and painting. That's just how it is. But don't confuse that with someone who's better than you as being more talented. Generally speaking, the talent is just the very first jumpstart, but everything past that point is hard work and dedication. So a lot of artists might not have been very talented to begin with, but they spent more years critically enhancing their own technique, always judging whether or not they were working in the right direction. And with all that slow progress, you get great results. If you can have some medium-term goal, like for me it was trying to become a computer animator, and then immerse yourself in the process, your skills will grow much more quickly than if you're pulled in a bunch of different directions. And for those that have the ability to do so, art school is a great way to immerse yourself. So I was in art school, taking my foundations classes and beginning in my computer animation major when I was struck by a book called The Skillful Huntsman. And all of a sudden I realized I don't want to be a computer animator. I want to do that. There's a job where you get to design dragons and sci-fi environments. Yeah, count me in for that one. So all of a sudden, my medium-term goal changed. And this is fine. The great thing about art is that there's so much overlap between different categories that you're never really wasting time. Now I had a new goal, and that was concept art. And it seems that the most important skill for concept art is being able to imagine something and then put it on a page. And at SCAD, the sequential art department, or the comic book department, was great in that category. So even though I didn't necessarily want to make comics, I knew that the skills in that major would help me focus towards that medium-term goal. I need to be clear here about art school. It is very expensive. It's maybe the most expensive activity you'll ever participate in. The best students that I saw were the ones that worked the hardest, and generally speaking, they did more than they were asked to in their classrooms. So if they had a homework assignment to do 10 of something, they'd do 20. They might not have turned in the extra 10, but they went through the motions. When it comes to art school, you really get back what you put in. So whether or not art school is for you, make sure to pick a medium-term goal and to focus on that. Also, be ready for that goal to change because who knows what might come. So if you want to get a jump start on this, focus on traditional drawing, especially drawing from observation, as much as you can. Eventually, you're probably going to specialize in computer stuff, But ultimately, your foundation drawing skills are the most important. And if you don't go to art school, no one's going to force you to do them. So make sure you have a good foundation before you start to specialize. I want to thank you guys so much for watching all these videos. It's the interesting comments and conversations that start from these videos that are really exciting for me to see. So thanks for being a great community, and stay tuned for future videos.